Yo, 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 what is going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown Your Questions, episode 564. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
Sup, people? How's it going?
Carlos Romero.
Yo, yo, yo.
Brett Murdoch.
What up?
Richard Bailey Jr.
What's up, everybody?
And Brian Manjoma. Hey, what up? I guess no.
What up?
There he is. All right, man. Back with the last normal Throwdown Your Questions of the year. Next week it'll be the final episode of the entire year, and that'll be the AMA special. So I'll do this now, and I'll do it at the end of the show, reminding you to start thinking of some cool non-gaming questions to ask us. We're bumping up the limit to 3, so get creative. So it'll be a fun show as always, man. And also a reminder that the Thursday show will be the year-end special. So we're going to do the usual. We're going to go over the top stories of the year, our favorite games of the year, and then what we're looking forward to most in 2026. So almost there, man. 2 more episodes to go, or 3 episodes to go if you count this one, but we're getting to the end of the year, baby. All right, so let's get into it. So as expected, most of these questions tonight are about the Game Awards. So let's get into it. Syrian Air Force. First question, what were your favorite and least favorite reveals from the Game Awards? My take for best was Star Wars Fate of the Republic, and worst was Mega Man. Oh, shit. I'll be honest, I barely remember what the fuck they even showed.
Yeah, and that Mega Man just looked like it was a slight rehash of the last Mega Man.
Yeah, it's not a rehash, but I'm disappointed it didn't have a 12 at the end of it.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, it's weird because that first level looks like the first level from that game.
Yeah, but it's not. It's a new game, they say.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but I'm like, where's the 12, and then it's like, it's also coming to PS4 and Switch 1. Like, it's kind of weird there,
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like they just took that last game and did a little more to it.
They probably did, I'm going to say that new Nagoshi game. I love how he's like, okay, I'm leaving the Yakuza studio, doing my own thing. I'm going to make another Yakuza game, basically.
Well, I mean, he was kind of forced out. It wasn't he was leaving.
I heard about that,
So, yeah, my guess is that, he forced out. He's like, well, I'm going to just do I'm going to do the things I do. I'm going to make a Yakuza and get like this actor, who's, pretty popular, actor to be in it. So,
yeah. So, yeah, I'll go with that for mine. My favorite, because again, I don't remember most of what they even showed. The Nagoshi game, and I'm gonna back you up, sir. And of course, that Mega Man announcement was like kind of disappointing. I'm like, I want 12. I don't want whatever this thing is. I'll probably still play it, obviously, but still, All right, I'll go down the room here. Manny, what about you? What was your favorite and what was your least favorite?
I barely remember. Like yourself, I barely remember what they showed. Like the only thing I remember was Grandma Chicken Legs, the game, and. I don't. It's not really anything I care.
You're talking about it.
I'm talking about it, but it's not something I really would care to play. I mean, it's okay. It's Grandma Chicken Legs. That's what she's got. Yeah, I can't.
Well, see, what we need to do is put chicken legs in better games. Like, I think we're onto something here.
Yeah, you just put put chicken legs in better games. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything that was just like. It just seemed like, low talking guy talking about the world being in ruin, dark fantasy game.
It's weird that nobody's talking about the 2027 or 2028 game of the year, right?
Which is?
The one from Larian, Bucket Dub.
Okay, so that's your answer.
Sweep the award once and then go do their own thing and not do it again. With that kind of acclaim and prestige, having the nothing off the rails, like that game. And I get that a lot of people are I haven't played the first couple of Divinity. It doesn't matter.
Oh, by the way,
mean,
Brett, you're slightly roboting. I don't know if you could change anything to make that better.
One sec.
Yeah.
I mean, from on my end, I really like.
How's this?
I appreciate that.
Hold on, man. Talk for a little bit, Brett.
Am I any better now?
Yes, that's good. Okay, Manny, go ahead.
I mean, for me, like, I appreciate that Larian exists, and it's nice to see them, come back to doing their Divinity games. But I'm not like, it's not a game that I really care to play.
Well, no, and well, actually, let me ask: did anybody in here actually play or enjoy Baldur's Gate besides me?
I played. I want to say the first 4 or 5 hours because I went to a preview event and then they sent me a beta code. So I did play the first 5 hours and I did and I did a write up on that. But that's about it. The only reason I ever got back to Baldur's Gate is because there's other stuff got in the way. But I do think the game is great and I do think it deserved that award that year for sure. But in general, I'm not like a Larian fan like that. So I can't really say I'm excited about this one, but I think they're probably going to win it too. Just to agree with your point, Brett.
Okay, I was about to say, like, I don't even know if you have to be a Larian fan. I think you just have to have played Baldur's Gate because, like, this isn't Divinity 3. It's Divinity something else. Like, and it is the third one. It's going to take place in the world, but it's going to like both the Divinity games have had pretty self-contained stories, and they're both actually fucking excellent stories. So really, all Baldur's Gate was more Divinity, but with a slightly different rule set. And so now they're breaking away from that and making something that is clearly from the title, it's supposed to scoop up all the Baldur's Gate players and all the Divinity players who were already playing Baldur's Gate at that point. So it's just, to me, they have the expertise. Like, they are probably going to come out swinging hard. And I think maybe it's just that I'm the only one in here who really likes the kind of CRPGs, but the market also really likes them, and the Game Awards really like them. So I think it's one of those. It may not be everybody's favorite, but I think Divinity being announced is a huge deal.
Yeah. So that was that's your pick then.
It is also my pick, yes. But I mean, like, even if it wasn't my pick, I would be like, oh shit, the people who it's like whatever the team that did Expedition 33, whatever they do next, I'm gonna be like, ah shit, that's like, of course they're gonna be hugely anticipated. They swept the fucking Game Awards. Yeah. So Baldur's Gate did the same. So I would expect its successor, especially if it's the same type of game made by the same studio. I would expect that to some buttholes puckered in that room. That's all I'm saying. There were some motherfuckers who've been working on CRPG, and they're like, fuck. All right, we're moving back. Pushing it back a year.
Yeah. And then what about your least favorite announcement?
That'd probably be the one I don't remember.
By the way, Manny, I got one for you.
Generic sci-fi game.
Generic sci-fi game.
What was my least favorite?
No, not least favorite. One that I'm surprised you didn't bring up. But then again, here's the thing. And remember, it's not that, man, you can't, if you guys who are just listening now, you can't be like, man, he didn't watch the Game Awards. He streamed the whole fucking thing. It's just, the show is so long, so brain melty, you forget all this stuff. I forgot to. I'm looking at the list of shit now. I'm like, I don't remember any of this stuff. Manny, what about
It was weirdly paced. It was so weirdly paced.
Yeah, like they always are.
Like, and I don't even know what they. I all I can say is, and I'm curious to get this before we get too far into it. Did the whole thing just feel off to you guys? Like, I'm not sure if there was like some hypnotic psyop or like the background fucked me up, but like the whole thing felt disjointed, rushed, and confusing.
It felt
and
like
I could not tell you.
It felt like another Game Awards. There's nothing weird about it. It felt like another one.
Usually I can put my finger on, like, oh, they should have put these together. They should have lumped this in. They should have cut that down. This year, I'm like, I don't even know, man. Like, it kind of felt like a fever dream this year.
I know. The issue with this Game Awards is, I think for us, the best parts were at the very beginning. It feels like, the Grandma Chicken, the Divinity stuff, all of that, all the stuff that we liked was announced at the first portion of it. There's that other game that spoof game that kind of had different settings.
The Badger game, right?
Yes. that game was memorable, but that happened at the beginning and it kind of got lost throughout the end. Where
it didn't really. I'm like, it didn't. It's like I was like interesting, but I didn't. It's not anything that I said. Oh, I need to play Badger game.
Oh shit! I figured it out. Okay, it's because we got a generic Ninja Samurai game, a generic looking fucking sci-fi game, a Batman, a Lego Batman, which is already saturated in the media. Like, it's just either a new version of the same thing we just saw at a last show. So we're like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I've seen a lot of these
Lego
games
Batman
coming around. Like
Lego Batman, they've been talking about for a while now. So,
well, yeah, I just mean like there's nothing concrete to anchor onto, and I think that's what it is. Like it's like, you know, like Souls-like or Woo games or whatever.
Woo games.
like it starts getting so hard to tell them apart because there's nothing really definitive or differentiated about it. So it just kind of melted into this weird conglomerate. You're like, I don't know, I think I saw something about like a samurai game, but like have I seen this before, or is this something new? I don't know, and I'm gonna forget it by the time it's announced again. I assume when it comes out, like, then I'll care, but it's so hard to be like, look, it's a generic cyberpunk game. Okay, what is it? What's different? And it's 3 years out, so it looks like the thing I just saw and or played, but again in a few years. I think that leads to this weird Groundhog Day loop in my brain where I'm like, I just feel like they've been just shuffling the same like vague imagery at me. Like it's just like basic white girl tattoos. I'm like, it's just all fucking feathers and Bible quotes and shit like that. And after a while, you're just like, can I just get something cool or different or big? And there was some cool stuff in there. I'm not saying that there wasn't, but it's just, has it been every show where we're shown 2 samurai or ninja games, a sci-fi game and a cyberpunk game? Or is that just fucking me?
Who knows anymore, man?
What was this game that I might be interested?
Oh, Control, the new Control game.
Control.
What do I call it? Dylan May Cry.
There you
That's
go.
What I call it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, right? So I mean, I'm interested, but I'm not like chomping at the bit for it.
No,
I guess that would
put a pin on it. You know.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, you know, it's interesting seeing that this game is literally kind of a different game almost. Like he doesn't seem to have guns in this one, like she does.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I guess it's running around in New York, in like, you know, Inception, New York.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys, other than Divinity, because I don't think Divinity is going to hit as hard as Baldur's Gate will. Like, I don't think it'll be transformative. It's not coming out of nowhere, but it'll still swipe some things. But do you guys think that the way that the industry is going, that any of the reviews or previews that we saw are going to make a ripple? Because we definitely seem to be moving towards more experimental, high-budget AA games made by smaller studios. Like, that's been the record. That's been the thing that we've been calling, the pattern that we've been reading on the walls for, 5-7 years now? And I'm not going to abandon that ship while it, you know, especially when it's like leaning into it, right? Like, we're here. We're at the edge of the fucking collapse. So I don't know that there's a thing shown to that night that is going to be in the Game Awards in 3 to 4 years. Like, none of the stuff that we saw a preview for is going to win any awards. Because it feels like the industry is shifting so fast too. So like half the stuff that's going to be coming out and sweeping shit is either be quietly developed or it's not even known yet.
Yeah. We could come back to that. Let's get everybody else's answer first. We're still on the first question here. Brian, what about you? What was your, like, what game did you like and what announcement did you not? Mr. Manjoma. Brian, are you even here tonight, bro?
I don't think I've even heard him.
I haven't heard him talk all day. Yeah. All right. You go ahead, Carlos.
I don't think I've heard him either.
Damn.
In spirit.
I think for the worst announcement for me.
Can you hear me now?
Hey, there he is.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Brian.
Okay, sorry, Carlos. Game I liked the most was Tomb Raider Remake because you can shoot dinosaurs and I have that itch. but the game I didn't like the most was Concord 2.
Oh yeah, that's it too.
Oh man! All right, Carlos, go ahead.
I'll piggyback off of Brian's last answer. Yeah, that's my worst game. Concord 2 was the worst. Not because it's Concord 2. But why the hell did Jeff Keighley decide this was going to be the closer to
I think we have a
show?
question about that. We may want
Yeah, so wink
What
on
was
that.
the closer? I don't remember anything about it other than I hated it. The last thing they showed.
We'll talk about that.
We'll circle back to that one. We have a specific question about that one.
The best game, I think for me, it's Divinity 2, just for the mere fact that the trailer was kind of interesting.
Wouldn't it be Divinity 3, or am I bugging?
Or Divinity? No, well, it's just Divinity. It's just called Divinity, but the last one was original Sin 2.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
it was Divinity and then Divinity 2. But they're ditching the number, and I'm like, that's why they're going to make it a very kind of self-contained story. The last two are kind of causally linked, but they'll reintroduce the whole world to their audience has grown enough that they have to kind of do a soft reboot. So I would not expect it to be putting out Divinity 3 would just be dumb. They went the right direction with it.
I do want to give a shout out to Grandma Chicken, just because it just looked interesting. Is it going to be good? No clue, but it looks interesting. Also, the Old Republic announcement was good, but that game's not going to come out for another 5 years.
Despite what Casey Hudson says.
Yeah, that's.
Will it even be good? Do I even want another Old Republic game?
No.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if at least it's not being made by the same people that are promised to make Star Wars games, but they never release them. So yeah,
I just feel more comfortable if we had at least one good Star Wars game before we went back into the Old Republic.
Yeah. All right. And Rich, what about you? What was your favorite announcement? What was your least favorite?
Okay. First and foremost, this is a phenomenal question. Let me go ahead and say this. I actually made a list of my top games that I enjoyed, and I also made a video. Now,
how thorough of you!
Prepared?
Yeah, I'll tell those that want to check it out. It's on the website. It's also on the Coalition Gaming. But to answer the question, if I have to pick one game off that list, it is Phantom Blade Zero, because I was waiting for them to announce a release date. That's all I wanted. The trailer looked great too, but I just wanted them to announce a release date. The worst announcement. It is High Guard, just like with Brian and Carlos. But I have a much more personal reason why I really hated that announcement, and we will get into that later when we get to that topic.
Yeah, there you go. By the way, I because again, I'm looking at all these.
You have the High Guard.
Yeah. I'm looking at all these announcements, and because I did get hyped during when they announced it, that Tomb Raider remake. I love Tomb Raider. That first Tomb Raider game is like. Okay, for most people, their first 3D game, where they could explore a big world was Mario 64. For me, fucking Tomb Raider, original one on the Sega Saturn. And I love what they're doing. Is Lara Croft looks like a woman, which is very good. Maybe Netflix will learn from that, or Amazon, whoever's doing that fucking shitty Tomb Raider cartoon. But we'll get to this joke's gonna probably land badly, but I'm going to say it. We'll get to Midgard later,
I just really want to say, I'm glad she looks like Lara Croft,
yes.
and I know that so many people are going to try and, I just need to call out the elephant in the room that can we just all agree when we're like, she looks so much better. We're not being like, she looks hotter, fucking yeah, she looks more pretty, but she looks more like Lara Croft, all right? Yes, she's more attractive, but it has nothing to do with some fucking weird goon-minded bullshit. It's just that's what Lara Croft looks like. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, no, that's a great way of putting it, because we've definitely gotten away from that, Brett. You're right, and now we're like, hey, that's the way she looks like Lara Croft. That's a good thing.
I didn't find the Rise version of her awful.
Rise.
She just had a bow and arrow though.
Weird.
Yeah, but progressively the games kind of kept going in a certain direction. Anyway, next question here. Eurocar9, shout out, and we already teased it, so here we go. Was ending the Game Awards with a hero shooter the best choice? Which reveal would you have ended with? Was. Yeah, let's get into it. So I call High Guard the everything game. Like we always joke about like the Applebee's of gaming. This is literally it. You ride a fucking bear and you're shooting a shotgun. It's like, wait, what? It's like I think I saw this tweet. It's like basically, when they were conceptualizing the game, the word no was not used. Any idea they came up with? Yes. So I'm like, you have fucking superpowers, you got fucking bow and arrow, you got fucking guns. Like, what is going on? Magic powers.
So Fortnite.
Yeah, it's like, pretty much, So
that makes sense. Does that not make sense to you?
No, it absolutely doesn't. I think that's probably the problem.
Okay, let me try and explain it this way. What if I called it a toy box shooter?
Yeah. I mean, fair enough, but I mean, I don't like Fortnite, so I'm not gonna like this,
No. I'm just in terms of like explaining why they take that approach.
No, I totally understand, and that's the problem.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't like those either. But like, I get the concept of like, yeah, it's like when we were kids and you had a box of toys and like, yeah, the wrestlers fought G.I. Joe. That was just how things went. Some days are like that. War is hell.
Yeah, so it's from the people who brought us Apex Legends and Titanfall.
Well,
Titanfall, you're never going to see that shit again.
Well, because that's what Fortnite originally, like Fortnite was the first game that I would call a toy box game, right? Like that was their whole approach, and that was the thing that they did innovative. It started because I remember I was still pissed when I was like, it's gonna be a building game. It's not a building game. But they really leaned into the whole let's just mishmash everything together. The whole method behind the madness is that it doesn't belong. It's a toy chest, and I don't know if anybody's actually tried to do that since then. But I don't know that they should.
Yeah. For no reason at all. Carlos, what do you think about this?
It's an abomination. How the hell are you ending the show on Generico the game? It's like I'm chasing the trend of the game. I'm riding the wave the game. Like it's bullshit. I mean, here's the thing. Jeff Keighley, man. You busted out a freaking statue in the middle of the desert to tease something, and somehow you announced it at the very beginning. That should have been at the end. You should have announced Divinity at the end. Be like, hey, everyone's been wondering what this statue is. He even said it's taking the internet by storm. Make it to the very end. That's your biggest announcement. By the people whose last game was Game of the Year and sold tons and tons of millions of copies. And the Larian who people have hope for in the industry, it's that should be your final announcement, not some generico shooter. Apex Legends, I mean, we played it, it's fine, but it is what it is.
I'm watching this trailer again. What? This is so bad, Dan. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit? But Rich, what were you gonna say about High Guard?
Okay, well, first and foremost, let me answer Carlos's question. It's because the developers paid to play. Because you recall there were articles that came out before the show talking about how much they were charging people to have their trailers up there. So I'm sure this is a situation where they approached Jeff Keighley, said, hey, what's the price going to be? We want to end the show, and that's the only explanation. This is a free-to-play game. I understand that. But let me just say this.
The Thunder Tank. I forgot they had the Thunder Tank in this shit.
The Thunder Tank is in it too?
Yes. Oh my God. Anyway, continue.
So 2 things to say about this. First and foremost, yes, it was a bad announcement. I saw that there were people coming after the devs because couple of the people. I don't agree with that. So the people that are doing that's way too far. But there were people coming after the devs, commenting on when they were making the comments on Twitter. And then somebody did ask the dev, why don't you guys just make Titanfall 3? And the guy responded and said, ask EA, because clearly
fair enough.
That's a fair point. But to go to the point of why I dislike the announcement, yes, it is the same type of hero shooters that we have seen, but it is also the unfortunate bad news of it coming out on my damn birthday. And this is the second time something bad has happened on my birthday, because several years back, Kobe Bryant also died on my birthday.
Oh
damn.
So that's not a great well, yeah, I could just avoid the game, which I will do, but I just, like, when I saw they say January 26th, you couldn't wait until maybe, a couple days, maybe a little bit into February. That would have been a little bit better. But
don't have this shit come out on my birthday, motherfucker. Don't put that shit on me, Rich. Don't put that on me.
What's crazy?
Do I need to stop you?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. By the way, I love that we have back-to-back birthdays on Throwdown. Brett's birthday is January 25th, and yours is 26th.
Yeah, that's
Rich.
why I would have to be the one to stop him.
Yeah, exactly. we're all winter brothers here, man. February 16th for me, Oh. Anyway, continue. Fucking freezing. But yeah, Rich, I agree. To quote you, I agree with everything that has been said. Generic game, mid guard, yeah, go ahead.
I feel like this game, like this has to be proof that they pay for the order in which they get billing, right?
I mean, you're probably right.
Because there's no way Larian was going to pay top dollar. They're like, we don't fucking need your grade A billing. We just got to be at the show. Now that's enough, which would explain why they're at the front, because they're honestly kind of humble with their shit. They let it speak for themselves. And then the hero shooter having a shit ton of money sunk into it to line Keely's pockets. That just makes sense.
I mean,
Brett,
who's funding that company?
What's EA? Isn't it?
Is it EA? No, it isn't.
Or am I wrong about that?
No, they're the former developers from Titanfall. Remember, didn't that studio get killed?
Okay, so I don't know who's this coming out from then. Let me look at this.
They're a new. He did the whole setup. They're a new studio.
Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention by that point.
Yeah,
I agree with Brett that and Rich. He also brought this up. I think it's a money thing because. Dead giveaway. Jeff Keighley didn't do his fake tear shit before the announcement. He didn't do this is so great announcement. I've been waiting for this. He didn't do that. It was kind of more like, meh. So, he wasn't even too excited about this.
He's like, man, what is this shit? All right, I'll announce it. But here's the thing, like that little form that tells you how much each studio has to pay. There's also that gets sort of waived if Jeff likes you, by the way.
Oh, really? Because that thing should have cost him about $1 million, I believe.
Yes, it should have cost to be at the tail of the show would probably have cost them $1 million. But if Jeff likes the game, that kind of gets waived. So, especially when it comes to some of the indie studios. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So he chooses when if something is up. Who knows? He could be good friends with the Titanfall people. They are a new studio. We don't like who, if any, if they're, and they were able to develop this thing in how long? How long have they been out of work?
Oh no! Is it Is it actually the same people? I thought we were joking.
No,
no.
Oh God!
I thought. I thought they said like 4 years. The game. That's what Jeff said. It was been in development for 4 years. That game.
Was it? I thought it was shorter than that. Well, let's find out.
Oh, they lie about that shit though, because they'll be like, "It's in development." Like, no, you've made some concept art and then shelved it. So I don't know. I don't know which would be scary. If it took you this short of a time, why did it take you 7 years to make the first one or whatever?
Yeah. What are we even talking about, man? Anyway.
No, I mean just the Titanfall developers. Weren't they closed? Oh, okay. No, they didn't. Respawn did not completely closed, but a lot of their developers are left, are gone. So I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have any strong feelings one way or another about this game. Like
it really
its placement. Who cares? The whole show is
really,
bad.
It really didn't impress me. I was just like, all right, well, here we go. It's
generic over the game.
Well, no, remember it was that other game I called it the what's his face Generico, Captain Generico or whatever. It was like one space game.
Yeah, well,
that was Exodus, and that's made of ex-BioWare devs, apparently.
Was it Exodus?
Mm-hmm.
It was the guy with the beard. I can't remember.
I remember that being like the really generic game. I also forgot that the John Carpenter zombie Toxic Commando thing like that actually looked like a good zombie game.
Yeah, it sort of looked like a little Left 4 Dead-y.
That looked
that looked fun and stormy.
I think that looked way better than that 4-loop PlayStation game.
Oh, you mean what you call it, Rich? Forgot?
There you go. Yeah. Forgot. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else want to chime in on Midgard?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Whatever, right? Moving on here.
It was Tuesday.
Yeah. Another one from Mr. Eurocar9. Which event do you like better? The Game Awards or Summer Game Fest? They're both equally bad to me.
I mean, you could also put what was it, Open Night Live or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The one from
you know what?
What was that? The European Game Festival.
Yeah, but we're talking about the Jeff Keighley. He does. Who knows? Whatever.
Yeah, he hosts that one too. Remember?
No, I don't. But of these two, you know what? I'm gonna say the Game Awards is slightly better because they at least have Flute Guy.
Yeah.
Like no Flute. No Flute Guy at Summer Game Fest.
Nope. No Flute Guy at the Summer Game Fest.
Flute Guy didn't feel as organic this year.
I don't know, man. My man went out,
Well, no, you know what happened, man? Because the drum guy was losing his shit.
Yeah, we started
showing him more.
No, it wasn't natural at all because now they know like this is the moment we got to set it up.
Yeah.
They can't just let Flute Guy be Flute Guy. They gotta. Said no, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah, but yeah, no, both of these shows they're both like bloated, ad-filled, like just nonsense. Like this is your brain after the Game Awards, like that type of deal. Like your shit is just fried. Like again, the reason these shows are so long is because Jeff Keighley needs to make his money. Now that we know how much these developers have to pay for an ad spot. Like this is why we have so many commercial breaks during a fucking live stream of all things.
Yep, and what Brett also pointed out from when we were watching the show, apparently they left on the super chats, so people were fucking paying money to talk.
Oh my god!
Yeah, no, they're making their money.
Yeah, but the things in those super chats were like dark web shit. Like it was advertising. I don't know if it was moving too fast. I don't know if it's advertising like actual human femboys as like human trafficking or just the worst, most deranged shit. Like because it's that or porn. I don't know which. I don't want to know which. But neither should be advertising for $100 on the fucking Game Awards. Why are people donating $10,000? What's that?
It sounds like they got hit by bots.
Yeah, but the bots are paying, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's not they got hit by bots. Like people were just like, and no, some people were donating money just to yell obscenities and slurs, and like it was just the best. I was so great. I was so happy I had it on because it showed the integrity. But I gotta say, I do have to say I disagree with you, Tony. I think that this one's the worst one because at least Summer Game Fest, it has a little bit more announcements, and it doesn't pretend to be a fair award show. It's
not an award show at all. It's not an award show at all.
No,
I know that's what I'm saying.
It's not.
Neither of them are award shows.
Yeah, that is true.
I get it. Yeah, it's a commercial block with with a award show breaks.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah,
Well,
so like at least Summer Game Fest is unapologetically shitty, whereas like the Game Awards is just trying to like hype force people into a room to inflate Kojima's ego.
Okay. And this year he left before the final announcement. He knew he wasn't going to win.
Oh,
It's very. Yeah. What's up?
Oh,
So yeah.
wait,
And,
why the fuck did he leave? That's bad form.
apparently he left. That's what people said. Like Kojima dipped before they even announced the
I wonder if he was
winner.
pissed. I wonder if he was pissed.
I wonder if him and Jeff Keighley broke up.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Keighley like slipping it to him, like, "Hey man, I'm just letting you know, you're not getting it this year, so just kind of." And then like him being like, "Oh fuck this," and bailing, but that's still bad form, man. Kojima, I'd expect better of you, brother.
I mean, it looked like he was getting right on a plane.
I mean, still doesn't look good.
Yeah.
I mean, he did take pictures with everyone, so who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, you do that on the red carpet. You just put a picture with everybody in, but yeah, it's a far trip.
Yeah. What about the rest of you guys? Summer Game Fest or the Game Awards?
I really don't.
They're both fucking bad. I know they're both terrible.
I mean,
go ahead, Rich.
Well, I will say this. Both shows are incredibly long. They're filled with ads. But I will say, in my opinion, this year, the Summer Game Fest show was slightly better than this show because of the Resident Evil fake out that they had at the show, where they acted like, "Oh,
that's right,
Resident
that was good.
We don't have it. We don't have anything to announce about Resident Evil," and then it comes up later. I like that moment, and I will admit that I am biased to say Summer Game Fest because, at least for me, after I see the games, I get to play some of them at the actual Summer Game Fest event. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that Resident Evil one that was good this year for sure. Go ahead, Brett.
I think I need to change my answer.
Oh, so now the Game Awards.
This one, like in general, I still keep my same, but this one, watching Todd Howard get humiliated handing that award off for Game of the Year, just chef's kiss. Oh my God, the most grossly incompetent liar and worst corporate manager in history handing off a Game of the Year award to probably the best, most trimmed down team in history. It's just, and everything about it was just a night of shame it was a beautiful shaming, I do have to say, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh shit!
Do you think it's is the dog that made the difference? Like, is it because other teams don't have a dog? They're just in a boardroom right now, being like, "Is it the dog? Do we need to give the team a dog? How do we? What do we do?" And that makes me happy. Panic.
By the way, a certain effort says Flute Guy will be coming to Fortnite as a skin. Listen, don't even joke about that. That's probably going to happen.
It probably is.
I mean, they got that whore Kim Kardashian in there now, so you never know.
Wait, what? Why is she even in there?
Because she probably paid a lot of money to be in there, or they paid her a lot of money. Who knows, man?
She did a music or something. I don't know.
She doesn't do anything.
No, she doesn't. She got famous because she did a fucking porno. That was literally it.
Yeah, but then when you are famous. Yeah, but then when you are famous, they put out an album and then act like that's why they're famous. Like, it's just this. I don't know. It's a retarded backwards logic. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tony, you're absolutely right. She got famous for a leaked sex tape, and then reality TV.
Yeah, she's famous for being famous. She's one of those type of people.
Mm-hmm.
Which is insane. I know. It's crazy.
I guess good gig if you can get it or whatever, but I guess it's insanity.
I mean, like Paris Hilton is just known for
same thing with her. She got big because of the sex tape.
Yeah, and she's also the daughter of the Hilton family. So
yeah,
the hotel chain.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I hate that inbred blue bloods are just famous for being inbred blue bloods.
Oh man! All right, anybody else? Game Awards versus Summer Game Fest. Fair enough. All right. Moving on here. The gaming engineer, aka Alpha Chuck. What are your thoughts on Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic having a reveal trailer, even though the development team was just created this year? My hype went from high to zero really fast. Yeah, that's a wild one. They said, like, okay, so originally they said the game was dropping in like 2030. Then Casey Hudson said, no, it's going to come out before that. But I'm like, okay, 2029 then? Like, okay, bro. You know, but again, when I saw this shit, I was just like, that's for the shareholders. You know,
no, that's to get people interested in it. So
shareholders and the people who they want to fund this thing. You know,
also like this was just, again, it's Casey Hudson's own company, right?
Yeah.
So they managed. It's pretty insane that they managed to score a Star Wars license and not have really anything but him.
Yeah, I guess his name must have Poe.
Can I just say that I absolutely hate that game production follows the same logic as Warhammer Orcs and the WoG?
Well, you have to explain that one to us non-Warhammer people.
Okay, so in Warhammer, the Orcs, their whole thing is they're kind of collectively psychic. They're each one too dumb to do anything on their own. But the more they believe in something collectively, the more it becomes true. Like, they all believe that painting something red makes it go faster. So it does, in fact, actually make it go faster. None of their ships are actually ships. They're just big tubes with a red go button that is powered by the pure idea of make-believe. It's a hilarious fucking thing, because, like, their guns that actually work only work because they think that they work. And everybody around them believes that they could work. And the more of them that you get together, the more that psionic energy kind of pools, and the more real it makes something, and the stronger it makes the army, right? So the more red cars you get together, and the more guys that you get together that believe that making things red makes them go faster, the faster it makes the red things go. And I fucking hate that's basically the stock market and investors.
Yep, pretty much.
Because, like you just said, they have to show a trailer to get people excited that this game is going to be a big thing, and then through that collective excitement, they will get money to manifest the game to be that thing. So they have to get everybody to believe in the lie to become the truth. Otherwise, it's still just like, it's same concept, but it's satire in Warhammer. Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah. Do we even know what kind of game this is going to be? Like, it's another MMO?
It says it's going to be like they're invoking Knights of the Old Republic, so it is assumed that it's going to be a Knights of the Old Republic type game, eh?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Veilguard would beg to differ.
Yeah, it could be something like that, but I don't know. Either way, I don't care.
I'm telling you, the game engine that was used, like, it's a direct lineage, and Veilguard poisoned the fucking well.
Yeah, but
I don't think that the mechanics for the Old Republic games will ever be resurrected. It's going to be a game. It's going to be Veilguard with Warcraft or a fucking Star Wars skin.
But this isn't from EA, though.
Yeah.
I know.
They're going to have their own engine.
Yeah, they're probably using Unreal.
Yeah, but do you think it's not going to? Do you think it's not going to go the Final Fantasy route?
We don't know. It's too early to tell because there's no fucking game.
It's going to be a hack and slash.
It could be.
It's going to be an action adventure game. I bet money on it.
Yeah, all right. Put a pin on it. Put a pin on that. I honestly don't know. Can't tell you. Because they don't have enough. The game doesn't even. Again, they literally are doing this just for crowdfunding or for investors. Like, hey, this is the game we want to make. Give us money so we can make it. That's literally what this is.
They make a working prototype.
Well, I mean, the thing, it usually, the way games work is that there's is pitch whenever you're trying to pitch it, you're supposed to, you have a pitch documentation. You probably have key art, that has which is the cover of your game, and then you have demonstrations of any sort of gameplay that you want to do inside of your pitch documentation, and then also obviously for somebody like Casey Hudson, they probably commissioned a really sexy looking CG thing to sort of show people, show the investors. I'm sure this might even be the same trailer that they showed to Disney or Lucasfilm to be like, hey, we really want to make this game along with their thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you don't spend time on a prototype when you can get a lot of that stuff done with art.
Well, I disagree, but I don't know if I actually
unless you have some sort of funding initially, unless you have some sort of
Yeah, remember, man, he's actually worked with game development. Brett, he knows this stuff.
Trust me, Brett. You don't do any of that stuff, especially if you're trying to sell your thing. Yes, it's nice to have something like that, but most of the time, most of these things are just signed based off of your pitch documentation. The work, whatever's in that pitch documentation, and maybe if you have like a cool looking, like a CGI trailer that demonstrates whatever it's in there. It's nothing more than that, especially for something like a Disney thing. You're going to partially develop, do a vertical slice for that. No, you are looking to get funding for your game.
I understand that. I get what you're saying, and that is the way that it works in big corporate game management. Yes, but I don't think that's the way it's going to work anymore, and I don't think it's the way that it should work. Is what I was saying.
Okay, fair enough.
If you look, most smaller games, most independently developed games that don't have to go searching for that huge amount, start off with an actual manageable demo physics engine, things like that. Because I've seen these videos, I've watched them build them. Like that's how fucking Biomutant or whatever that came out for the Xbox was like.
But I mean, the thing is, it's like if you're again, like why unless you have some, if you're going dry, you don't have any sort of funding as of yet. You're not going to spend any time on an early prototype or a vertical slice because it's going to cost you a lot of money unless you already have an amazing investor initially, and you're just looking for a publisher. You wouldn't spend any time on any of that. Or if you're doing whatever if you have an initial publishing and you go through like one of those sort of like whatever the Steam greenlight shit, like if you're doing like that, or others people paying through there, but no, you won't spend that much time on especially trying to get that out initially.
See, I think it's going to be the opposite, and let me tell you why. I think that in today's day and age, if you have a development team, let's say under 50 people, you're probably going to start with AI placeholder art and develop a working functional engine with people doing the work themselves pro bono as part of a stock option or passion project partial ownership kind of thing. Then once you have a basic idea of the game loop and things like that, and you start to get some investment, then you pay your artist to actually get the stuff off the ground. I believe we were just talking to somebody who was doing something similar to that. So I'm seeing, like, again, you're right in big corporate environments, but I also don't think that people should be throwing together a fucking sizzle reel for a game that doesn't exist.
But that's how things work, man.
That's how it works. That's how we got Fable. Here's the thing, like, you got to understand, like, you're doing those, when you do those sizzle reels like that, you're giving your investors an idea as to how what you're sort of going for. I will tell you this. These people do not have imaginations. You walk in there, if you don't have anything to show them, they won't get an idea of what you're looking for, unless it's some sort of company that is actually doing it. But you want to have an example as to what this thing looks like. If you don't, you have a bunch of artwork to do that. No, a lot of these companies, the way they fund you is they're like, if they're interested in an idea, what they'll do is they'll make an initial investment to essentially develop you have your initial pitch documentation, and then after that they'll say, okay, hey, we like your pitch, we're paying you a little bit more money to develop this thing a little bit more and see how this goes, and they do it in phases.
I get that, and I still think it's a dumb idea. Like, why the fuck would you put art before the fundamentals? Why the fuck would you put the seasoning down before you actually have a foundation to put on?
You would put the art down because it's obvious it is the cheapest thing that you could do. You don't need to. Again, you're talking about developing a portion of a game, when you can literally just have a couple of concept artists figure out a few different things to get people excited. Okay, being character in some environment images, a key art to show you what that stuff does not cost a lot of money, Brett.
But it doesn't matter. That's the thing. It's
what do you
fluff.
mean
None of
it
us pay
doesn't
attention
matter?
to it. Do you care about any cinematic? Is a cinematic going to make you buy a game, Manny?
The thing
but they're not worried about getting Manny's. They're not getting. Well, by the way, man, I'm sorry, because this conversation is going off the rails, and I think it's stupid. Manny's telling you how. Let me finish. Manny's telling you how things actually are. You're talking about how you wish they were. That's cool. What you're saying, there's validity to it. Yes, you are. I don't like the way that works. This is the way it should be. That's cool, bro. But he's just telling you how things are, man. Go ahead.
All right, let me pull out my soapbox. Let me pull out my soapbox. Because that's not how Grounded worked. That's not how Baldur's Gate worked.
That's how this one works, Brett.
Dozen fucking games.
Yeah.
I know. Dude, just shut up and listen to me for 30 goddamn seconds.
No, for 30 seconds, you mean 30 minutes, Brett.
See, you keep fucking interrupting me. Can I have 30 seconds or not?
You can have more than 30 seconds. You can have more. You can have more.
Okay. I know that is how things have always and traditionally gone down with some of the bigger studios. However, the problem is that just like all of us, we know that a sizzle reel is just a sizzle reel, and it's not a good idea to base investment off of a sizzle reel. Now, what you're starting to see, as I said, with higher end AA teams, not AAA studios, if anybody would ever fucking listen to the words coming out of my mouth, that they are doing it by starting basic betas using placeholder imagery that is not even the fucking art. I watched Grounded not come out with its fucking full trailer for like 3 years after I fucking played the game. Same with Baldur's Gate. It had a very crude trailer, but that was already after it had been greenlit on Steam. It came out in a playable state first. So I do know what I'm talking about when I say that this shit does happen. It may not be the thing that happens in big AAA, but don't push back and be like, I didn't fucking see the shit I saw with my own eyes.
Okay, but I don't see what you just said has anything to do with what Manny was talking about.
Because Manny's way of saying that you have to start with fucking art.
No, Manny's not saying that. He's saying that's how it typically is. He didn't say that's how you have to start. He says that's how it typically is. You guys are arguing about two completely different things. And my whole thing that I said
was what? That it's not always like that.
You said it doesn't have to be like that.
I'm not arguing about anything. You're fucking talking over me. And you're like, oh, I know fucking everything. Brett, you never fucking worked in the game industry. You understand?
Yeah, that's why I think like
all right, guys, let's bring the temperature down here. Let's bring the temperature down. I know we're called Throwdown, but let's bring it down a little bit. Here's the thing: both your points are valid, right? But they're for two different conversations. That's the way I'm seeing it. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong, Brett, because obviously there are studios that don't have to do it the way the AAA guys does. But Manny's telling you how the AAA does do it. So you guys are both right. You guys are both right.
My point is both
right. AAA either.
Yeah. Anyway.
What's that?
All I can say, and that's all I can fucking say.
Well, what? Yeah, because you worked in AAA. I get it.
No,
I'm not saying you're wrong.
I didn't say I worked in AAA.
Okay, well, I'm not saying you're wrong, man. I'm just saying that we're both right. You're the one saying that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, all right, let's calm it down. Actually, let's skip this question because this shit got tweeted for no reason, as far as I'm concerned. Let's calm it down, guys.
Disagree with Rich.
Yeah. No, Rich, man, he got out of pocket, man. It's like, it was crazy right now. Anyway, let's move on here. Those are the Game Awards questions, but we still got some more. Mob Hits. With Mega Man being announced at the Game Awards, which other legacy series should Capcom resurrect? I want a new Demon's Crest in the style of the new Shinobi and a brand new Darkstalkers game. Demon's Crest, my man. I haven't heard that one in a while. It's been a long time. Darkstalkers would be nice. They're not bringing back Darkstalkers. Capcom has shown you they're a one fighting game company at the moment. They're just focusing all their eggs on Street Fighter. So that's what's making the money. Darkstalkers, it was fine when games didn't cost how much to develop. They're not going to get the return on a new Darkstalkers game. You're going to get some Darkstalkers skins. That's about it. Or fucking, it's going to be in a collection, which it already has been. But Darkstalkers ain't coming. Demon's Crest would be nice, though. But, I doubt that. As for what I wanted Mega Man 12. They didn't give me that. So I'm mad. I'm mad, bruh. I wanted Mega Man. You are getting Mega Man, but not 12. All right, go down the room here. Manny, what do you want Capcom to bring back? Breath of Fire.
Breath of Fire doesn't need to come back. I'm tired of this. Let's bring everything back. Fuck everything.
Damn.
Make something fucking new. That's what I fucking want to see. We're constantly going through this bullshit where it's like, oh, I want this again. I want that again. Fuck all that shit. Burn it all and then put something new out. That's what I got to say about that shit.
Fair enough. Brett, Capcom.
I mean, I kind of just agree with Manny.
There you go.
It's what's the point of digging out? Also, like I'm kind of done with Capcom other than the Monster Hunter division, and I have been for a while. You're not going to get me by trying to pull scraps of childhood and dust them off to fucking do something interesting.
The thing about it is, it's like it's all it is a sign of non-faith in anything that's new. It's like, okay, well, we can't get anything. Why don't we got to make it some interest? Okay, let's throw us out another Resident Evil game. Oh, let's do this again. It's like just like fucking Hollywood,
yeah.
Right.
In fairness to Capcom, though, they are coming out with Pragmata, so that's something.
Yeah, it's nice. That's nice. Out of one out of how many? Oh wait, no, they had that. They had the other game too. The
Princess game, something like that, right?
Yeah, it was like another one. Yeah, so two, and the last.
But they're not even spin-offs.
No, they're not. These are new games.
They're totally new games.
And that's the problem. Like, I would be okay if we had spin-offs of successful games that took experimental directions or something like that. Like, I was okay with even the fucking. I didn't like the Resident Evil. It was one long escort mission, but you tried something new. Everything has to be this direct evolutionary lineage now, though, which means that you get it wrong once and you fucked up the whole cake.
Yeah. All right. Brian. What's your answer? And is it not forgetting the name of that bug game that you love so much?
Deep Down?
I don't know either. We're talking the bug game. What bug game?
The Capcom bug game. Lost Planet.
Oh yeah.
For a second, I was like, Schedule 1?
I had no idea what Tony was on about. But yeah, that is a giant bug game. Yeah, I'd say the bugs. I am not going to say it because I feel like if I say it, then Capcom's going to just not make it, kind of like Half-Life 3. So I'm going to abstain from saying it. But if you know me, then you know what I'm talking about.
It.
Yes,
Exactly.
I mean,
Brian, why did you do that?
Yeah, we had the soundboard for it, right, Carlos? He's still waiting for it.
You gonna make a fat joke on Gabe now? Just push it back forever.
Maybe. I actually had a question for Manny on this because you said that you like you wanted something new, and the question is, what something new would you like? Because Capcom had putting out some new things every now and then, not that often, I would admit. But what type of new things? Because again, Tony did mention that there was. What is that game that came out? Was it this year or last year?
It was the year before last. It was the It was like the town builder / it was like a samurai town that you built, but it was I guess it was kind of like an ActRaiser sort of deal. it was like that, where in other words you fight and then you sort of build stuff to you build up stuff of supplies and stuff to build up this town of like, and the stronger your town, I guess, becomes, the more stuff you can. I don't know, I can't remember what that is. It was like a samurai like game, but I do appreciate that existed. It wasn't something that I was specifically interested in, but I would like to see again like a new. Why don't we come up with a new platformer, out of nowhere, or I don't know, not Breath of Fire, but come up with a new actual RPG. They haven't actually done one in a while, and I don't consider Monster Hunter an RPG. I'm sorry,
even though they do, but yeah, you're right. I don't either.
They consider it. The Game Awards considers it an RPG. It gets thrown in the RPG category, but really that's an action adventure game, not an RPG. Again, like.
By the way, Kunitsugami is the other game we're talking about.
Yeah, Kunitsugami. Yes. And I mean, I don't know how well that did, but I appreciate that they were able to put something like that out. It seems like they seem like they have this little thing where they, at least stick one new game within a bunch of the in the sea of everything old. So yeah, again, like new action game, new RPG. I'd like to see something that's not just the usual suspects.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Carlos?
Well, it's tough with them because it feels like they've already remade, or they reiterate all their best franchises. I guess the only one that I could think of is Marvel vs. Capcom, just because Tokon is coming up pretty soon. It's like, hey man, maybe you should dust off the Marvel vs. Capcom or the Marvel vs. someone. Probably not Capcom or probably not Marvel these days. So do something interesting like Capcom versus Dragon Ball, or Capcom versus something that was something like that could be interesting.
Yeah, and then
Capcom versus DC.
Oh man,
Capcom versus DC, Capcom versus Shonen Jump, something. There's a lot of. Capcom versus Invincible.
Oh man. And then Rich, what about you?
Yeah, well, that is a very tough question. I do agree with Manny and Brett that I believe I would like to see something new. Obviously, I think the game you were referring to earlier, Tony, Deep Down, we know that game got canceled. So I would like to know what the hell that director or team is working on instead of this. If they are even still with Capcom. I have no idea. But one other quick comment I will make, because Brian mentioned the game, and I'm not going to mention that game either. Although I will say this, I heard there is this game coming out called Code Violet, which is being compared to that. I don't know if I believe that. So if you do check that out, Brian, I would be very curious to hear what you think about that.
Well, apparently, Tomb Raider is also being compared to it too now.
You can shoot raptors, and that's all I care about. So it's close enough. That's how bad it is. Like, that's how much I have to cling on to, like, the hope of that game. Just anything, just like anything that's like remotely similar. It's like a Souls fan playing Devil May Cry because you get to wield a sword. It's that desperate.
Oh damn,
that's crazy.
Damn, you need the Saudis to give Capcom some money to make that.
No, keep those motherfuckers away, man. Oh man.
I thought I had an answer, but it's Namco, not Capcom.
Yeah, your answer was good. Don't make any remakes. I'll accept
that. Don't remake.
There's stuff I want to see. Like, I want to see it. Where the fuck's my new Taiko Drum Master?
Is that Capcom?
No,
that's Konami.
Fair enough.
It's Bandai now, but like, I still fucking want that shit. Like, we had a whole like Guitar Hero genre at one point. Like, there's rhythm games. There's all kinds of there's whole dead genres that you could fucking put some time into. I forget the fucking rhythm beat 'em up game that won the award, and then they closed down the studio. Drawing a blank on the name now, but there was another game I've seen. Like, that one, yeah.
Tango Gameworks.
Yeah. And I recently seen another game called Disco Never Dies. Seemed to be kind of the same rhythm fighting game, which, seems when people come out with a cool idea, other people replicate it. I'm like, there's so many dead genres out here that you could pull together.
There was a heavy metal shooter where it was like if you shot within the I can't remember what the name of that was, but it was like if you timed a lot of your stuff with
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's dope. I wonder, I kind of feel like music games, like you need to be able to put your own music in, and an AI can basically make a track or whatever at it from now. But like, I don't know, you have to hook it up to your Spotify. Like, shit's weird now, and I'm not a fan of how the whole Guitar Hero went down with the song packs, and like, it's a mess. But
it has to do with licensing. You know, people got to make money off their music, so
yeah, they should just strike a deal with Spotify and bring Guitar Hero back. I don't think that's Capcom either. Capcom just did the same shit for so long that like they were already kind of milk drive IPs 20 years ago, weren't they?
Well, no, the thing with Capcom, which is interesting, like they had a bunch of like newer stuff in the early 2000s, like Beautiful Joe, you know, all that Clover stuff that was going on. And then in the 2010s, they did a thing that a lot of other, actually should be late 2000s and early 2010s, they did the same thing a lot of Japanese studios did, is like, let's try to cater to the Western studio, you know, Western audience. Yeah. That all fizzled out. And then they said, fuck it, we're just going to put out like new like installments of our classic games like Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, and a bunch of remakes, and that's worked. You know, so Capcom, you know, despite some of the issues we may have, to me, they're actually my current favorite game publisher right now. They're doing almost everything right. Almost everything, you know?
Yeah, I think I don't have any frustration with them directly. I have frustration with the state of the game industry that may kind of bleed over onto them. But like, it's one of those things like, you didn't cause the problem. You could fix it, but you didn't cause it.
I mean, it's this usual sort of thing where it's like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's working for them, so
yeah. It's like yes, they are putting out Resident Evil remakes, but they're also putting out new Resident Evils. You know, which is good. Yeah.
God bless the Japanese for that too, because like I may bitch about that, but at the same time, it's why they have like 8 Shin Megami Tenseis at this point, and they still haven't fucking lost the plot. So. You know, they still know how to make it. It's the reason they keep coming. Yeah, Souls games keep coming out, and they're essentially the same thing. And if you fucking try and change that, I'm gonna drive your house and beat the shit out of you.
Yeah,
it's. Thank God for Japanese developers and being able to keep some traditions alive. Because
I agree.
Water.
Brett, you don't know how many times I've said to myself, "God bless the Japanese," like especially with gaming. So thank goodness for the Japanese, man. Like it's gotten to the point, bro, where most of the games I play are just Japanese games, or you know, Asian games too. Stellar Blade was also great. Westerners are just letting me down, man. I think the only Western game I played this year that I enjoyed was Doom: The Dark Ages. You know,
I'm going to be honest. It's the same with video games. I've started watching a lot more anime and reading a lot more manga. Like just Japanese media is a little bit better than ours because it's not just full of millennial writing.
Yeah, no, they're giving people what they want, you know, which is a good thing.
I don't even know if it's more. I don't even know if it's that. I think we have a true problem with millennial writing. I think that we have let too many untalented people slip through the cracks and get places through networking that they have no business being in, and we do not have the ability to create quality content in a lot of spaces anymore.
Yeah, I mean, not to derail the conversation, but this is something it's been somewhat of a revelation. And I want to, and I think you may agree with this, Brett. Even if you remove the whole woke element, fucking things up, we would still have bad writing in general because of what you just said. The writing would still be bad. Like you have these talented people who just like you said, got brought up the ranks. Maybe some nepotism going on. And here's the thing. A lot of the writers that you lived fucking lives, man. You know, they went all over the world. They did crazy shit. All the writers you have now, they live in their fucking apartment. You know, just going to get lattes and shit. They don't have any experience. They didn't go to fucking war. They weren't like doing all this crazy shit that all the writers that you loved. Fucking Robert Jordan, you know how he wrote all that shit in the Wheel of Time because he went to fucking Vietnam and he had all that shit in his head. What do you have a writer now? What's their biggest struggle? That they can't get their medication for whatever fucking ailment they think they have, you know?
It ran
over.
You saw it happen with animation. Everything went CalArt style because everything became derivative of itself, of the previous generation, instead of, taking what the stock and adding whatever your life experience was to the stock. They just distilled pure stock down until everybody just had this stupid reductionist CalArt style.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing has happened in writing. And I
agree.
Let me be frank here, even though I'm Brad. I don't know if Gen Z has the media literacy to play Final Fantasy VI. I said it.
They don't have the. By the way, I hate that term because that sounds like a crazy liberal thing. But I know what you're talking about. Like, I'm going to call it experience. I'm going to call it experience. Like, basically, like you would have if you reference like some shit from like Shakespeare or something. They will know what the fuck you're talking about.
No. That's not media literacy. Okay, so literacy is the ability to read, right? Big words, understand complex things. Media literacy is that same thing, but with watching TV.
No, right? I know what it is. I just don't like the term. I know what it is. I just don't like the term because it's so overused, But I know what it is.
It's wrongly used a lot, and the kind of thing you described is kind of the thing that I'm not on board with calling it, because it's one of those. It's not that you have to understand cultural references. That's not it at all. It's that you have to understand what satire is. It's that you have to understand what foreshadowing is. It's that you have to understand what character development is. That you have to understand the integral parts of building a story.
Yeah, they don't know this shit.
Think therein lies the problem.
Yeah, they don't know this shit.
Okay. And so if you have a whole generation of people that can't write that shit, writing it for a whole generation of people who couldn't even see it if you slapped it in the face with it, like, where do we get off? And I don't know where to point the finger other than shit.
I have an answer for you. I'm going to call it Netflix writing, where they basically have to tell you exactly what's happening on the screen because they know that you're too fucking distracted on your goddamn phone. That's where it leads to,
Yeah, exactly. We have to make second screen content. Jesus Christ.
Oh God, that's what they call it too. Anyway, go ahead, Carlos.
Yeah,
I feel like this is a lot of this is like we see these patterns almost on any type of medium in terms of literacy and whatever all that. Human beings became for the most part literate the past century. Most people weren't literate or could write or could read. So I feel like that's why most of the best stories came through in the past in the past 2 centuries. We had a boom. We had a golden age of story writing and fiction and all that stuff. And I just feel like we're already past that inflection. Plus, most people don't even care about these professions anymore. Being a writer used to mean something, but it doesn't. People want to be a YouTuber more than they want to be a writer.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is a conversation I've had with my friend Jeffrey. Like before, it used to be people strove to write the great American novel. Now they strive to create the next great American IP. Fuck making art, man. Give me money.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Brett.
What's the difference though? Like, I get that you're not having words read, but like, wouldn't people still want to write the stories that get turned into the movies?
But don't you think, and this is getting too arty-farty right now, don't you think that's a bad place to come from? Like motivation?
No.
Instead of going,
absolutely.
I'm going to write this because I want to make money versus I want to write this because it's what's in me and I want to share it with the world. I kind of like the second motivation better,
Storytellers have existed since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
It's the environment that has changed. There has always been creative people. There has always been people who told tall tales. There was always people who could remember better or do art or something like that. Our tools have changed. Our ability to lock it in has changed. We just don't read it as words on a page. But even when books came out, they were fucking scandalous and they were going to ruin our children and kill our attention span because now we get to store information in books and not have to remember everything. That's honestly, genuinely exactly how it happened too. So
was that Socrates or Plato that said that? That's one of those guys. Like, hey, you're gonna forget shit if you're gonna put it in a book.
No, this was when the printing press came out.
No, but this is actually, it was before that. It goes, but it's proving your point that these things have happened. That was actually during ancient Greece. People are like, if you write shit, you're gonna forget it.
Oh yeah, and it also happened when they started printing the Bible not in Latin. right? Because they're just like, oh, now you can just go and read the Bible. Now everybody can learn the word of God.
And that's how Protestants got born.
Yeah. So it's this shit happens, and I'm not super worried about the form that it takes, more that the spirit disappears. And like, it's not so much that you have to understand even complex ideas, but like that people don't understand sarcasm, or that people don't understand one of the things that breaks my heart is cynicism is viewed as a bad thing. Like, we've gotten it all fucking backwards. Diogenes of Sinope was a believer in optimism, not what you would consider traditionally cynicism, what we would probably more call sarcasm. And sarcasm, the idea is to raise up by criticizing. So not understanding these concepts, I think, is how we get shit like She-Hulk. and I think that if you start making great writers by exposing them to great writing. And so it's just this slow degenerative path that we've fallen on over time. And now we have, like, I can't remember the last time I played a game with an excellent story. And that might be, if that's Expedition 33, that's great. But that's a French game. That's not really saying we're pounding them out over here in America, right? Like, yes, I would imagine the French can probably move a writing story. Like, that's that and bread are like their big things.
Yeah.
So
crescents. Oh man.
Yeah,
All right.
like,
Yeah. Let's move on, man. All right. Next question from Mr. Mob Hits. With no new character announcement for Marvel Tokon, and with the game having a 2026 release date, can we assume it's going to have a small roster at launch and will have additional characters added via DL season passes? This shit needs to stop. We cannot assume that it's going to have a small roster launch. We not even assume, we can guarantee it will have season passes, because that's how fighting games work now, you know? And
that's how our system works, does it? So
that's how all fighting games work, right? So that's going to happen. As for the roster, here's the thing. The game, Evo already announced all the games that are going to be playable, right? Tokon is not on the roster, which lets me know this game is not coming out in the first half of the year. You know, so you're gonna have they're gonna announce more characters as the year goes by. But to be honest, I think this motherfucking game's gonna probably drop in the fall of next year. Like, if you're expecting this to come out in the spring, it ain't happening. Because if it was coming out in the spring, it would have been on Evo. You know how I know that? Because they had Fatal Fury listed for Evo before the game even came out, right? Because they had the release date. So yeah, the game's not going to be dropping anytime soon. But yeah, here's the thing. I can't say how big the roster will be, but it will be expanded, because that's how every fighting game works now. That's just how it is. Yeah. The days of, you get everything in one, those have been done for a long time, man. We have not gotten a fighting game where it's just, you get the full roster day one. That doesn't work like that anymore. For good or ill.
I don't think it'll. What is it like currently? Like 6 people?
Yeah, it's going to be more than that. Yeah, 6. It's going to
be more than that. It's not going to, like, if anything, it's probably going to be on par with one of their other titles, like maybe like Grand Blue or something.
Yeah,
maybe even not that big with it, or what was it? DX Duel? There was also that had a pretty decent sized roster on that one. So I don't think it's just going to be like 6 people.
No, it's going to be more than that.
It's probably.
Sorry, finish, man. I'm not trying to talk over you, man. I'm sorry, brother. You said something like that's the way that these fighting games are now.
Yeah.
And it kind of made me think of the disruption that we're kind of seeing in the industry. Do you think if somebody came out with like a Guilty Gear level fighting game that caught on with excellent multiplayer and had low latency, smooth animation, full character selection at launch, and only cost $40, would that be something you'd be interested in, even if it weren't from a AAA studio? I'd
have to play it, but I'll keep an eye on for sure. Yeah,
I mean, if we got like the version of like Arc System Raiders, but like in a fighting game form, like, do you still think that fighting games? Because the way I'm almost seeing it, when I heard you say that's the way fighting games are now, my brain immediately went, not forever. Because it's only amount of time before somebody comes in and disrupts it the same way Arc did.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have to see. Remember, you and I, we work on two different wavelengths. I work on what's happening now. You work on what's possible. My brain can't think like that. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see. It would be the game would have to be really special, right? Because the problem, and this is not with fighting game fans, this is with gamers in general. You put out a game that's $40, they're going to be, oh, that's going to be a shitty fucking game if it only costs $40.
I think that's changing though.
No, again, I don't disagree with you, but I'm just going off of how gamers have always been.
I think the Guilty Gear games were always a little bit lower in price. They were in the $50 range.
Yeah, not Strive though.
Not Strive, not Strive.
Yeah, I want to hear Manny's answer to this question too. But Tony, in response to you, I'm not talking about a hypothetical. I am talking about a model. Arc System Raiders that has already happened. So, like, does that help at all?
Yeah, because I'm not sure. When you say Arc System Raiders, I'm thinking about Arc System Works. Like,
I don't know. It's Arc Raiders, isn't it?
Arc Raiders. There we go. Arc Raiders. Yeah, Arc Raiders, the game that just fucking like basically kicked.
Oh, that's
Black
different.
Ops
That's a first person shooting game. That's a totally different kind of audience than a fighting game audience. So they may be like, hey, $40, sure, I'll buy this shit. Fighting game fans are a little like, oh, why is that $40? They're going to give you that look.
I would have thought shooting fans would have been a little bit more.
Shooting fans are a little bit more. I'm just going to say they're more meatheads than fighting game fans, but maybe I'm being prejudiced right now, Brett. Go ahead.
A weird version of this was done with Dead or Alive, which sort of killed the franchise.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Yeah.
I thought that was no characters though, didn't it?
Actually, Jeff, you're in the chat. Was it Dead? Okay, because if it was Dead or Alive 5, that game was actually extremely successful. Because they actually launched it for free, and then you just buy a bunch of skimpy outfits for the girls. Oh, Brett, here you go. 2XKO is a free to play game, and that's not hypothetical. That's coming.
January.
Oh. I don't love the free-to-play model. I would love to see somebody just come out with, like, the disruption model that I'm seeing is small, high-talent teams coming out with things. Like, Silksong, the whole thing was, like, everybody was mad that Silksong wouldn't charge more money. And they're like, at least raise it to, like, what, $25 or $30? And they were like, no. Because this is what we feel it should be at. And it's causing havoc among developers, even smaller ones, because smaller ones are like, well, we want to charge like $40. And a lot of gamers, and I'm not sure if this is like a split in demographic or what, but like the reason Hollow Knight is fucking killing it is because it's only $20 and people are just being like, fuck it, buying it.
Yeah. So you're right, it could be changing, but I'm like, 2XKO, that's free. That's better than money, isn't it? So
I mean, they're going to charge you for characters. I would assume that like if I paid $40 for a fighting game, that better be done. It better be finished.
Yeah, but fighting games now they cost $70 and they're not done.
That's why I don't buy fighting games anymore. Tony.
Yeah, that's just how it is. That's just how fighting games are, man. Oh, go ahead, Rich.
No, I'm a fighting game fan. I know you don't believe me because you haven't seen me play one in fucking forever, but that's because the genre was ruined forever ago.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I don't blame. Just real quick, I don't blame you for that because that's what kept me away from them for a long time. I was like, I want the complete game, but it's just like, okay, I could either not play fighting games or just go with it. I'm like, okay, I'll just fucking go with it. And here's the thing. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't buy a lot of games anyway because I get most of these things for free. So I'm like, whatever. I don't mind paying for a DLC character every once in a while, But I totally understand you, Brett, because I was there for a while myself, until I was like, I could just call that code in. Fuck it. Do a review. Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, I'll be quick. First and foremost, we need to see Tony versus Brett in 2026 in one of these fighting games. So stay tuned for that.
I mean, which one?
Hey, that's a good question.
Maybe 2XKO. Maybe 2XKO. It's free.
I don't know about that game.
Just let me know a game and I'll start training. That's fine. I can be ready in a few weeks.
Yeah.
The only comment I was going to make is that, like you said, Tony, we don't know how many people will be on the roster. I will say, however, if you look at the fact this is a 4-on-4 type of game, I would think it needs to be between 16 and 20 at
I agree.
launch.
I
But
agree.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I like
because-
that. I mean, that's good.
And Arc
I'd
System.
accept that as a full roster.
Yeah. No, here's the thing: Street Fighter 6, Guilty Gear, XR, they were also 16 characters at launch. So I think that's good. So some fighting game fans are obviously going to complain, but that's just how it is, you know.
I feel like 16 is a full roster. If you
It
get
is.
if you get 16 and then you're like, I want more, that's fine. I'm getting a little crazy now. If you come out with 6, fuck you.
Yeah, that's not happening. Like, this is in 1991, bruh. You know, where you could get Mortal Kombat only started with 7 characters. We remember that, but we're beyond the 90s here. You know, they're going to have more than 6, though. They're going to have more than 6, absolutely.
Yep. Before we go on, I
Yeah.
do got to say, I will be training for our fighting match, Tony. But I got to say, Tony does have, like, for those of you who have not played a game, Tony, motherfucker, do have gaming skills. What was the time skip game that we played together? Do you remember the Groundhog game type game? It was a game where it put literally just the two of us hunting through a map. This motherfucker kept leaping out of fucking nowhere like the Dr. Pepper man and sniping me at point blank with a sniper.
Oh, the one with the two it's the one that was an Xbox exclusive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I legit don't remember this.
Oh yeah, dude. I did not know like you just like fucking just spawned around me. I'm like, where the fuck did you come from?
It was a Bethesda game.
Yes.
Wait,
Time something, skip something,
I don't remember this,
something
man.
loop. So something loop.
Deathloop was in a
Deathloop.
multiplayer game.
Deathloop.
Deathloop did have a you could do a versus.
Really? I
Yeah.
don't remember that. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
it must have
you
been
and I
it
did.
then.
You either play the girl or you play him.
Yep, and that was the game. And you I think my kill death ratio was like 0.5. And Tony took me down twice for every time I got up on him. It's because I'm a fucking sneak.
Yeah, but I mean, and I'm not even good at shooting games, you know, but I know how to move
I
around
know.
the map.
Well, that's why I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you fucking just kept killing me with a goddamn sniper rifle. It's like a one-shot kill, but like if you get up on me, there ain't shit you can do about it.
Yeah.
The same concept as a shotgun, and I love shotguns.
You may surprise me, man, with fighting games. You never know. I want to give a shout out to my boy Zach, man. He claims he's not a big fighting game guy. He was whipping my ass in Invincible. He might be lying, though. He might be like one of those pool hustlers, you know, he actually has secret skills and shit.
The last fighting game I played was Absolver, and you know what my record in that was?
Oh, you were whipping everybody's ass, weren't you?
600 wins
Yeah.
in a row.
That's interesting. I mean, that's a whole other
I retired
conversation.
after that. I was like,
That's
I
it.
can't. I was at the point where I was like teaching people how to play, and just I switched my opening move to be just a light taunt slap, so I could just bitch slap people when they started playing like an asshole.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else want to say anything about Marvel Tokon?
Not about that, but slightly on a tangent. So Tony,
Yes.
do you want to get mad at the Game Awards?
I mean, you mean, do I want to have any
Madder?
feelings? You know, not matter because I'm not really mad. You know, it is what it is. Like being mad at a retard. You know,
Do you want to get more disappointed
Yes.
at the Game Awards?
Sure.
Okay, so I just found this out because Rich had mentioned it, so I had to check just to confirm. So the 2XKO game that was nominated for Best Fighting Game. Fine, don't care.
Yes.
Yeah, a beta,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
The beta.
Yeah, it's in early access. Comes out next year.
Yeah. Oh no, but Brian, here's the thing. That you know why that didn't get me mad? Because there was one year where the Multiversus game, remember the WB fighting game? It was nominated during its beta and won Best Fighting Game.
Okay, that's much worse.
Yeah. Oh no, it gets better. It gets better. You know what else won Best Fighting Game of the Year? Sifu. Sifu is not a fighting game.
Yeah.
So them nominating 2XKO is the least egregious thing they could do with that category.
I mean, there's not enough fighting games to fill the category. Is the problem?
No, there is. This year, they
technically
actually-
those are
they-
games, and you're
they-
fighting in them. But
Yeah. No, there is. There was plenty of fighting games this year, and they actually this was probably the best year they've had for fighting game nominees. Even though They could have had newer games in there, some of those remakes, but they actually got it right. And the winner, the actual winner was the right one. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, granted, it was the only new fighting game on there because everything else was either a collection or in a fucking beta, but they're getting there. Sifu, I'm telling you, that Sifu win was the worst one. It's like, Sifu's not a fucking fighting game. What the hell is this shit? You know?
Oh, that made me sad, though, because Sifu is a brawler, and brawlers are a genre that just don't exist anymore.
No, that's not true. Cosmic Chaos is a brawler, kind of. Streets of Rage 4, that was good. And there's like a bunch of indie ones, Brett, if you want to get into that.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
Turtles.
Yeah. You know.
Oh, yeah. That's a throwback game.
No, but it's a new one. It's a new one. Yeah, it's a new one.
They made a new one.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Like, it's in the style of a throwback, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's the vintage.
Yeah, it is. But to be honest, beat 'em up games are just kind of like that. You know, they're always throwbacks.
Well, yeah, it's not. At least it's not a remake of It's like taking the Ninja Turtles collection that came out like during around that time and nominating that for the fighting game category. It has no business being in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree. I'm sorry. I was just connecting a dot to earlier when I was like, man, there's whole dead genres. I was like, wow, brawlers are kind of a dead genre. Like,
nah, they're still around. Plenty of them. Yeah, they're still
around. I mean, they just had a GI Joe one that was. There's also a Toxic Crusader one that's coming. There's quite a bit of other
He-Man.
ones. There's He-Man, which is made
by
brawler.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a.
I'm even more excited.
It's a demo right now, but I think they give you most of the main cast as to play. It's on Steam right now. I played it a few years ago, like an early version of it.
That He-Man, I want to play that one. No, this is kind of like ever since Streets of Rage 4 came out in 2020, we've had like a mini renaissance of brawlers. It's great.
Yeah. Okay.
All kinds of different ones that are out there. But I mean, obviously, the ones that are, from franchises people, heard of are always the ones that, squeak to the top. But yeah, there is a lot of them.
Yeah, no, especially in the indie scene, for sure. All right, and the last question tonight from a Syrian Air Force who's also been joining us in the chat tonight. Shout out to him. The question is, would you buy a pre-built gaming PC now, given that building a PC has skyrocketed in price? Well, I mean, I bought a pre-built this one right here is a pre-built because I was the only way I could get myself a 3080 Ti. It's like the cheapest way of getting that graphics card because I had all the parts I wanted, but except for that, because remember, we were going through that whole shortage. But yeah, he's obviously asking about the whole RAM situation now. I've already bought a pre-built, so I'm not against that because I know some PC people that are like, no, you do not buy pre-builts.
I mean, it's an interesting one because it's not. I think he means pre-built, but like a Dell or an Alienware.
I'm the computer snob.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he does.
You don't think so? Because I feel like those are the pre. If you're talking about pre-built one, you're getting from like a place like Micro Center, they're using parts that you chose.
Yeah,
it doesn't come from a factory that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, because mine just real quick, right? Because I did go to the website is NZXT, and I selected all the parts I wanted, and then they pre-built it for me. But I know what you mean. Yes, because there are the Alienwares and all that other stuff. Alienware and Dell are the same company, by the way, Manny. Dell,
I know.
HP, Lenovo, that stuff. Yeah.
Kinds.
Yeah, go ahead, Brett.
You should describe two different kinds. Manny, yes, that would count as a custom build, right? But the thing Tony got would count as a pre-build. And the reason for that is where they usually source their parts and how well they're put together. And both have their pluses. One of the things I found that's good on Tony's side of things, where if you get it from like a website, it's going to be put together like shit. But they're sourcing from usually bigger deals and can sometimes actually get you stuff that's not available on the market or comes in a little bit cheaper. That's how my last PC was. I got it. I had to remove everything down to the motherboard and reinstall it. And then it was amazing. And I actually got it cheaper than I could have each of its singular parts. But it involved a whole lot of headache that you're not going to get if you go to somewhere competent like Micro Center and have them do you a custom build. Micro Center is basically a friend that you pay to build your PC.
By the way,
and that's the way that I look at it. So
yeah, my previous PC before this one was also Micro Center. So I've had both experiences. I went to Micro Center, had them build mine, perfect. I went to MZXT's website, and this shit was baller too. I didn't have any issues with it. I'm like, yo, the cable management in this is fucking amazing. You know,
nice. Well, that's where you really gamble. And because I fully admit, I went like, no, I'm lowballing here. I'm trying to get as much for as little as possible because I will get in there and fix that shit. If you want to pay some more, and you know, this is a while ago too. So market probably has changed. I even know like fucking Asmongold is his own PC building company that I've heard
that's
pretty
right.
good things about.
Oh, Syrian Air Force, he has a Micro Center near him. There you go, brother. You are good to go.
Go Micro Center. Go to Micro Center. 100% go to Micro Center.
Micro Center, do it. Yo, by the way, Syrian Air Force, the place I lived before this, Micro Center was literally down the block from me. It was beautiful. You know, yeah, Micro Center. There's your answer. Whatever your other questions were. Micro Center, you're good. Micro Center, go to them. You know, they're fucking awesome.
Yeah, there is no option 2 other than Newegg. Newegg would be option 2.
Newegg is pretty good. Yeah, Newegg is good.
You might actually. You know what? It could be also about waiting for the right time and waiting for shit to offload. Like you might try and get RAM. I'm trying to think if you'd want to try and get it now, or if it's going to go back down, or if it's going to go higher. You could gamble on that, but you could wait for like the new video, because I don't believe, never buy the current video card. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Early adopter tax is too fucking high. You're not future proof in the way that you think that you are. Go one level higher on a previous generation, and you're gonna future proof better. And that's still even iffy, because like I had to check down like the 4060 is superior to the 5060. Why? I don't fucking know, because it was, but I did the research and it was. So like you do want to get in there, but just newer is not always better, and you save more money. So go kind of one generation back, or like a year back is really what I'm saying. Go a year back in your tech would be my advice as well, if you're going to Micro Center.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else?
Pre-built PCs.
Yeah.
I can't comment to that because I've already bought the parts of my PC. But I would say, if you don't got a guy, might as well go with the custom build. But again, we don't know what the prices are going to be like. We're talking about like $800 rent. Excuse me, RAM.
Heard about fucking Samsung now with the SSDs, right?
Yeah, they're going up too. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys feel like because it almost used to feel like building your own lightsaber, like it was a rite of passage back in the day to build your PC. Am I the only one?
Building a lightsaber, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I never saw it that way. I didn't have enough money growing up to build my own PC. We did have my friend Evil Chris. He would cobble me up some PC that would just work for a year. I
was about to say, that's where I don't understand. Like, the knowledge for building PC came from tearing apart old PCs to build a new PC. It came from scrapping and being, I don't want to say poor, thrifty.
Yeah, why not both?
We'll go with that.
Thrifty.
Okay, yeah, shit.
Thrifty and poor.
I had an Apple II that my aunt donated to me after she was done with it. It was like fucking obsolete, but it was better than some of the shit that I could get, and that got me into buying used stuff or just buying junked PCs and then digging through them for the good parts and then cobbling together whatever you could, and that got me into eventually building a beastly, giant liquid cooled PC with Sandy Bridges architecture and all that stuff that's now way outdated, and I haven't built one since. So you don't have to go all in on building a Ferrari. And I kind of don't think you should. I think that building something and like adding RAM to it as you go or adjusting it and that kind of thing, like it gives you a familiarity with it.
That's always what I did, where it's like obviously I can't, I did, manage to get some stuff from Tony whenever he would he'd swap out of a graphics card, or take some more RAM that he swapped out. But yeah, I did it that way for the most part. And I did build my PC 2006 or 7. Well, no, I didn't do it. I was actually Chris that built my PC. He literally, I literally, when I got a good job, I told him, I'm like, hey Chris, it's time, build me a monster. So he built me he I think he bought like an Alienware or something like that, and he's like, oh, he just took whatever he had already spec'd out for his thing, and he just did it for me. So yeah.
I still feel like that's the lightsaber feel, and maybe that's because it's you don't have to make it yourself. You like sometimes you commission it kind of thing, but it's like it's a special customized thing. And maybe that's just because I'm not a car guy, but I'm just like that's the thing.
It's a weird thing because I don't PC game, so I don't think of it in that way. I'm really thinking of it more for the work side. If it can. If it can run Photoshop or any of the programs that I usually use for doing work, if it can run those things and they don't have a bunch of slowdown, then we're good. That's sort of like what I sort of do. Like, if my current PC is 10 years old, maybe over 10 years old now, but it's able to still do all the things that it could still do. It could do. It still runs everything effectively and fine. The gaming side part is like, it doesn't matter to me. So it's like a weird sort of way to think of things.
I mean, that's kind of how I don't honestly game on my PC as much as I haven't made the full transition yet. It feels weird. It's on my, because I have a laptop. I got a laptop. I couldn't do what you did and wait to build an actual PC. I was like, I do not have the patience. I'm sick of not having access to fucking a PC. It's weird. It's fucking weird for me. I didn't like it. So I got a laptop, but that's pretty much like spec'd out to what Photoshop specs are. So I don't really have to future-proof it. And it's just kind of a stopgap until I build my PC. And then I figure I can always stream my PC to my laptop. But it works. Oh my God, I gotta say, like, works so much better than my PC did. I do not know if it is the new card or just the integrated nature of a laptop or whatever the fuck. Fuck, Photoshop runs smooth.
It's got a solid state in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It usually does it.
Yeah. What about Brian? You want to say something?
Bing.
They got a message.
It's a tough one because again, I can see it from both sides. Having, I think, all my PCs I built myself, so I do definitely like the allure of building it yourself, because then you kind of get to, okay, you pick your parts, and then it's also like the labor of love of like, okay, you did this and it works because of you, which is fantastic feeling, but only after everything that can go wrong somehow does go wrong and all sorts. I don't think I've ever had
a fantastic feeling after the terrible feelings.
Yes. I don't think I've ever had a build go smooth. There's always been something that's gone wrong. Now, it's never anything catastrophic, thankfully, but just small weird things that you do wrong.
Wait, did it go right the first time? Like, has that actually happened?
I'm sure it can, but it's not gone right for me yet. And it's always just some small things. Like the one thing that I absolutely hate, and companies have finally started doing this right now, is the power connectors for the switch at the front. Tony, I don't know if you've ever had to like build a PC, and it's basically it's like a 1-pin thing, and there's like 7 of them, and they're all individual, and you need to hook them up the right way. And it's like, why don't you just tape them together? Because every motherboard has the same order, so just tape them together. So just plug them in. But no, it's 7 tiny plugs you need to deal with, and I hate that.
Yeah,
and they're at the very bottom too. And it like if you have anything above baby hands, it's a fucking disaster.
It's my strong hand.
I don't know the name of the cable, but it's the massive one, like the largest one that you plug into the motherboard for everything else.
The power cable?
I don't think it is the power one, but it has like 24 different pins to it, and for some reason, like it's always just the most inflexible cable in the world. So you have to like push it in. Cable. Okay, yeah, you have to like push it in, and you always feel like you're going to break the motherboard because you're still just pushing and pushing and pushing, and it's not going in. It's like if I push any further, the motherboard will break, and it's like
Brian, is it that same cable that sometimes the last two pins are like not attached to the cable?
It's the ribbon one, right?
No. It's okay on the motherboard. It's usually like the one with like the long. It's depends on how you look at it. It's like 2 rows, and it's always like 24 pin something or something.
Yeah, but
it's like a large one.
Strip, right? Like the flat strip of wires.
I don't remember at this point, but it's just the large one. It never bends right because they can't put it into an actual corded, braided, goddamn fucking thing. It has to be this weird, flat, hard, rigid ribbon. And they're like, "Oh, you're gonna connect this once or twice, so let's use the cheapest plastic possible." Sorry, I'm done. Well, yeah, it's that type of stuff that I absolutely just hate. Yes, it is I thought so. The 24-pin connector. I cannot stand that with anything.
Yeah.
There's even one time when this is so dumb. You know how motherboards come with that small pin for the riser so that it doesn't short out when you put it inside your case?
Yeah.
Initially, I thought, oh, this thing is useless. It's just leave to the side. So I went through, did everything fine, didn't launch. Spent an hour figuring out that thing was missing. So obviously had to take everything apart, put it back in again, and that's a pain. So yeah, all those things are annoying. And again, I've not had anything major go wrong, like broken RAM or broken motherboard or blown power supply. So I've been good on that side. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it is fun building, but I can see the allure of not having to deal with it because, dear Lord, it can be the most annoying thing in the world. And also these days with prices, it may just be cheaper just to get a pre-built if you're buying things by themselves, because maybe at that point they already have the RAM or have the SSDs in stock, so they might not overcharge you. But then again, we live in capitalism world.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we live in crazy times, man. It's like, it's wild.
That's why Micro Center is like the best middle, because it's you're having it built by somebody who can service it, but you're basically hiring a friend or a guy to build it. Like it's the perfect middle ground. Micro Center.
Yeah. All right, man. Anything else you guys want to add to this?
Brian,
what up?
Could you please check the Discord thingy?
Check the Discord chat.
Or the Discord
or just look right here, right here on the screen.
Like right next to Tony and Manny.
You could just look look at Carlos.
Yes, that one. I hate that. Those cables are why aren't they flexible? It just bugs me that they're just so hard to put on. And are they harder to put on or take off?
Put on for sure.
I always had a problem taking that thing off.
Yeah, I mean it's both. They're both difficult, to be honest.
But what's worse?
I think putting it on for me, because, like you said, when you're trying to put it on, it feels like you feel like you're on the verge of breaking something. When you're taking it off, the only thing that you have to worry about is pulling that little hinge at the end of the cable where it connects to it, and just pull as hard as you can. For me, I feel like that's a little bit easier than trying to fit in all the connectors. And like I mentioned, sometimes the two of the pins aren't even connected to the whole thing, to the whole 24 pin thing. So you have to fit those in too. So it gets annoying. I feel you, man.
It's by far the worst one.
My question is, which do you hate more, nicking your knuckles to the point of bleeding or being paranoid about breaking your motherboard? Because you're going to get one.
Yeah,
When
that is
you
a
put
rule.
it in, you're like, I'm going to put it in. I am terrified I'm going to break something. And when you take it out, you're going to cut yourself and you're not going to know on what. It's just the blood tax.
Yo, Carl's, I like how it still says the Game Awards.
I like the little logo thing.
There you go, man.
For the week.
The Game Awards will never die, man. All right, but this episode is coming to an end, so let's start wrapping it up. Let's start with Rich. What's coming up on the Coalition this week?
Well, first and foremost, let's give a shout out to Mr. Adam Vale, the TB Terminal. I recorded a new episode of Mayor of Kingstown with him. It's currently on the website, also on the channel. But yes, check out the TV Terminal because they're covering a lot of shows over there. For the Coalition, I'm actually working on a couple of things before I go back to Boston for the holidays. So you're definitely going to see me cover. There's a couple of reviews I'm working on. And one thing I am working on, hopefully I will finish it in time. I have been playing Terminator 2D, No Fate. That game is fantastic. I'm mad that it came out at the time that it did because I don't think a lot of people are going to even get a chance to check it out until later. But hopefully I'll have something for that soon. So stay tuned. Yeah,
no, the timing's terrible. Like I probably won't even get to play it until like next year when I come back from CES. But looking forward to it, man. Yeah. Everything I've seen looks just pure awesomeness.
Yes,
Manny, what you got?
Well, the usual things. I think Blood and Thunder number 8 is coming out. It's either coming out or come out this month. I don't exactly know when that is. And so a couple more things coming down the line. So stay tuned.
All right. And Brett, pimp your stuff, man.
My ass has been sick. I haven't been doing shit. I'll pimp some shit when I do some stuff.
Fair enough. All right. But go check out your Instagram, Brett Murdoch.
Go visit Brett Murdoch.
Yeah, I'm gonna be changing. Look at that. I'm gonna be doing a whole thing over the beginning of the year. I'm gonna do some rebranding and actually even treat it like a fucking business. So I'm gonna be rebranding. I'm gonna get some new cards made. I'm gonna switch over to Murdoch Inc. Because I'm the one lone remaining Murdoch, so I have claim to it now. So I'm going to be doing a switch over there. Going to hopefully launch a website. I'm going to diversify into some shit. Yep.
Good stuff.
You know, that's how I feel about my name because, like, Tony is short for Antonio. I'm like, that was my dad's name. He's dead. That's my fucking name now. You know?
Yep. I am the Murdoch. I'm thinking about popping off a YouTube channel and just bitching about gaming shit, but I'm not gonna tell anybody what it's named because I'm not sure if it's available. So I got some shit to do, and looks like I'm only gonna be tattooing part time. So figuring out some shit to do in the rest of the time to put some irons in the fire. But anybody that has suggestions of shit they want to see, because I'm just kind of like, all right, like fucking y'all want to see like quick draws? Do you want to see some tattoo fucking content? Like, nobody wants to see Let's Play anymore, right? Like, nobody gives a shit about streaming or like.
Nah, people do care about that, but to me, Brett, you already have the perfect brand, man. Call that fucking channel Brett's Soapbox and go off, son. That'd be great.
Yeah.
All right,
Doesn't
man.
Doesn't need to be any more than something simple.
Yeah, Brett's Soapbox. There you go. And draw yourself fucking screaming and shit. You know.
Yeah. I'm kind of at the place we were at the beginning of Throwdown. Like, do I want to do like media in general or like specifically video games? Like, where do I want to land? Do I want to, how much of my other job, like tattooing, do people want to see? Because like Manny does, free draws of like, I have time lapse captures of like, I don't know if anybody wants to see me like time draw a tattoo. And like, that's also a very personal thing for them. So like maybe watching them do it, but like that footage ain't going to be good either. So it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know, and I don't want to do with like the cheesy low-hanging fruit tattoo artist react kind of bullshit. So I I don't know.
Oh man. All right,
So-
we could brainstorm that off air. But yeah,
I said,
yeah.
I'm in a spot. If anybody out there is like, I want to see this, fucking let me know.
Yeah.
We actually listen to you.
Yeah, let us know in the comments and actually let us know in the Discord because these comments are about to die as soon as we end the stream. But anyway,
Let's know in the Discord.
yeah, hit us up in Discord, man. All right, we're done here. So make sure you follow Throwdown on Twitch and Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, join the Discord, and check us out on your favorite podcast app. Links to everything down below. Once again, our show is Tony Polanco. And tonight, I was joined by Emilio Lopez.
See you next time, and rest in peace to Rob Reiner.
Fucking crazy, man. Carlos Romero.
Peace out.
Brett Murdoch.
Deuces.
Richard Bailey Jr.
Have a good week, everybody.
And Brian Manjoma.
Later, people.
All right, guys, we'll see you on Thursday. Remember, end of the year special on Thursday and AMA special on Sunday. So start getting those fun non-gaming questions in. Later.
Peace.